Okay, so I have not streamed in a long time, and I don't know if I've ever streamed much of this, but ETS2. Let's see where I have got to sleep soon, and I've got to fill up on gas soon. So I'm wondering if I ought to make a little detour where I can get both of those. Let's do that right here on our way through. And we're good to go. Okay. I'm currently in Montpellier, which that is in no way do I claim that I said that correctly. I'm not a French expert by any means, but I'm currently driving from Montpellier, France. Ah, crap. First off, I'm going to get caught on the wall here. This is a great way to start off. I wonder if I can get out a different way here. That's not a real road. Ah, that's what I should have done. Okay, we're going to do this. Okay. Now, let's straighten it out a little bit. Okay, now we'll back up again. Okay, I think we're gonna get somewhere now. Okay. And I hit the fence. Right after I said I think we're gonna get somewhere. Anyway, I haven't streamed in a while. So right now we've got 2 diggers, 23 tons that we are taking from Milano, or taking to Milano from Montpellier, France. Okay, so let's get... I am not the best at backing up, nor do I claim to be. So we're gonna go to this view. Let's see, do I... Okay, I think we're getting there. Apparently I can't do that. Man, I am off to a great start here. Probably because I'm streaming or something. So, anyway, driving a Volvo FH series. And I am going from Montpellier, France to Milano, Italy. With 23 tons in heavy equipment. Diggers, to be precise. Okay. Okay, now let's bring that around here. If you look, I've actually got a... that's where I keep hitting up, huh? I actually have a tag lift, and my tag is currently up. I like to do that when I'm moving around here in tight spaces. And we cleared it. Okay. I don't know if we're going to clear back there, though. We did. Look at that. We will make this by sheer will, or 600 horsepower. Anyway, so first order of business is get some sleep and some fuel. Not necessarily in that order, but we are going to get on the road after that. It's a long trip, and I don't actually know whether I'm going to stream the whole of it tonight or not. I do have a Tobii eye tracker that I'm going to be using some of the time, but not all of the time. Especially in hairy situations. I'm still trying to get used to it, and I only use it sometimes. There we go. Okay. And we are finally out on the open road. The webcam, as you can see, is pointed at my shifter there, so I can show all my messed up shifts. And I may talk some about my shifting strategy, whether that's a correct shifting strategy or not, as we go throughout. See what other topics come up. I am set to Euro style shifting, where it's a clutch, not American style, where it's floating the gears. European trannies are synchro meshed, so floating them is not the way to go. Floating them is the way to destroy them. So I am acting accordingly. And we, oh, you know what? I need to drop my axle. And here is my spot to sleep. And I'm going to take this spot right here. And we're done. Let's park it. Turn my lights off. And let's get some sleep. Which means I'll get to drive in the day. I have not driven in the day for a while now. I was actually talking before this that getting tired of driving at night. Everything I seem to drive is at night. So now I get to drive during the day. The French gods heard my prayers and I stalled. Oh, that's because I'm in 4 high. So let's get back going here. Oh, and I about nicked them. Okay. Now I need to get some fuel. Which of these allow me to get fuel? Looks like it's the far ones. So we will take the very far one. Got some kind of mist coming off of these. That is interesting. Okay. Now stop the engine again, park. Let's fill up with fuel. So this is a Volvo FH16 or FH series, the newer model. That's what I am driving. Um, 600 horsepower. I have the... Oh, turned on my hazard. I have the 12-speed, the normal Volvo 12-speed. I actually don't know if there's anything else available, but at least for me currently, there's not. Well, I did recently unlock the 6-speed Allison, which I have no desire to drive, so we're not going to be driving that. So it looks like out here I need to take a right. Oh. Okay. I'm in the gear I want now. And then we'll get on the road. I'm rested up, and I am 10 hours and 54 minutes to my next rest stop, so hopefully, I'm actually hoping to not need to. Turning on the Toby now. So I'm trying to figure out with the Toby how to get good tracking. Now, ETS 2 does not have built-in support for Toby. It's actually accomplished via an external program. Okay, I'm turning it off already because talking and Tobying and everything else is proving to be pretty difficult. It's actually accomplished via an external program called Viva. It's not built into the game, and so it's a little wonky sometimes. It's a little difficult to get used to. Oh, I should have dropped into the... So basically it has no awareness of anything on screen. It's just judging how far to the side of the screen you're looking and then trying to turn the screen accordingly. I love roundabouts, by the way. Anyway, trying to turn the screen accordingly, and that's basically how it works. And it doesn't always work well. It's decent, and there are times when it's actually really nice, and with some more practice, maybe it'd be even nicer. Anyway, I'm actually playing on an ultra-wide 3440 by 1440 screen, so you are not seeing the whole screen. I was streaming at the higher width and stuff, but I was getting a lot of drop frames, so I was trying to figure out how to get a better quality image without dropping the frames. I'd prefer to show the whole thing, but that just doesn't seem to be an option. So I'm giving this one a try. Let's engine brake some here. Give this a try where I'm cutting off basically the middle of the screen so that you guys can see the main section. And it's kind of nice because it cuts off about right where my mirror is, so you guys still get to see my mirror, which is important. And then on the right side, I think it cuts off a little past the coffee cup there. But be aware that I can actually see more outside of that. Not a ton. I see about one mirror width to the left of what you see. And then I see a little bit past the coffee cup. But I do get to see a little bit more than you do. Not a ton, but this allows my encoding to not be crunching quite so many. Encoding wise, or actually let's go back. I've got a GTX 1060, and so I'm actually using it to run the game and to encode here. And it seems to be doing okay. I'm kind of low on the frames, but that's not GPU bound. I think it's because because the CPU's heavy building everything, because I'm only at like 50% GPU usage, but still dropping a lot of frames. Let's get over here. Anyway, hopefully it looks decent on your side. And we'll have to see how this goes. So if we look at the map here, we are running on, looks like A9. We're going to run over up on A7 and then up onto the 51. And then we get to go on a little side road over to get into Italy. So it looks like we're still on, that's when we cross in Italy now. With this big of a load, these little switchbacks and whatnot could be fun. We'll see how it goes. Gas-wise, I should be, or fuel-wise, I should be fine to make the whole trip. But this is a section I've never driven into. So I've been driving around in France recently and stuff. But I've never been out into Italy. I guess I can get a little bit of Italy in before they bring out the new DLC. Looking forward to that. Italy is one of those cities I would love to, or one of those countries, cities I would love to visit one day. This is okay, so this is just a rest stop. One of those countries I have on my bucket list, and so France as well. So I'm getting to see some of France, and I've done quite a bit of driving up into Scandinavia, Poland, Eastern Europe, Germany, and up into the Netherlands. I don't generally go up into the UK because driving on the wrong side of the road just throws me off. It is something I really struggle with. But I do go up there sometimes. Usually end up going on the wrong side of the road. I don't think it's something I want to try and do right now while I'm streaming. Anyway, head off into Italy. This should be a good time. The camera is pointed. Oh, here we go. Let's kick off the cruise and engage my retarder. And let's start dropping some gears here. Okay, so I can, if I choose the right lane, I can go through without stopping, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get into that lane. Yeah, I've got too much traffic going on. Okay, well, I guess today I'm going to be stopping. It's okay. Not the end of the world. Oh, too quick there. Don't need that retarder anymore. Getting back up to speed. Let's go ahead and merge over. Okay. It takes a while to get up to 90 with this guy. I don't know if at some point I'll be able to get a better tranny for the heavier loads. I don't think I really can. I mean, there's one of the Volvo transmission, I believe, that has crawler gears, which this one does not. But those are really not that useful out on the open road, as far as they don't give me more gears to work with up at speed just when I'm in a mine or something, you know, off-road. So we'll see. This may be about the best setup that I can get, except for maybe throwing a few more axles at it. But we're going to get up to speed here. Now, I've been doing World of Truck in the past, but I purposely went ahead and did a non-World of Truck this time, and part of that is the World of Truck has a limit at oh, nope, I want to turn here, at 90 kilometers. So you're not able to go over 90 kilometers with a World of Truck. And generally speaking, I mean, there are ways to get over, but for the most part, 90 is about all you can do. Sorry, taking a drink. So anyway, so I thought I'd go. I haven't done a non-World of Truck for a while, and this gives me the chance to go as fast as I want. Now, obviously, it's a heavy load, so I don't want to let it get away from me or anything, but we'll see how this goes. I've actually had this truck, not since the beginning of the game, because at the beginning of the game you can only get a classic. Ooh, look at those guys. I saw a Bugatti earlier today. So, the cars, I've got Jazzy Packs, AI, traffic pack stuff going on. And I just recently downloaded what I think is his most recent one, which added a lot more cars than I had before that. Jazzy Cat does some awesome work. Okay. Time to do some retarder again. Okay, I'm gonna get over this time. Come on, let's keep slowing it down. Okay. Sorry, just a second. My laptop. My laptop's going to sleep on me, and it's what I'm keeping track of the stream here with to know if anybody decides to type anything to me, so I'm waking it back up. Let me see if I can get it to not go to sleep. Okay. Maybe that'll do it. Okay. Go up to 5th. Let's see if we can look over here. No one seems to be there, unless they're in my blind spot there. Okay. This is not our exit. Let me over, please. Please let me over. Please let me over. Thank you. I made it before I had to drive on the shoulder, or, you know, run someone over. Okay. We're almost back up to speed. That wasn't so bad after all. Okay. Let's get our cruise going here. A minute here. I may go ahead and stop and take a picture for the thumbnail. We'll see when we find a good, pretty spot to take a picture. Yeah, beautiful stuff. Now, it's interesting. So I've been recently playing American Truck Simulator because World of Trucks just put out a double trailer, I don't know what you call it, maybe a double trailer challenge, I guess, where if you crap. I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do. I missed it. Ah, okay, now what? We just might be going a different way to get there then. Because I just missed my turn. So unless I turn around down here at the fuel, which I can't, and I can't turn around there, we're just going to take a different route. Luckily, there is a different route. Looks like we're going down to Nietzsche. Okay. Not the end of the world. Just added some time. Or not. It might have actually cut off some time. Because I avoid those little skinny roads. Huh. Oh. I mean, I did that on purpose. I totally meant to do that. So, anyway. I've been playing American Truck and trying to do the double trailer. I'm about halfway through. So, you've got till like December 8th or something to haul 300,000 pounds, 150 tons of cargo. And each of the loads has to be to a different place, I think. I didn't actually notice that part of it until I was just reading up on it a little bit ago. And seeing my status, I'm at 146,000 pounds right now, so I'm about halfway there. But that got me playing American Truck again, and there are some definite differences between the two games, and I am going to end up in a little tight spot here. This Audi. What kind of an Audi driver is this? Audis don't drive this slowly. Anyway, so I'm kind of halfway through that, but there are some definite differences between the two games. Now, they're built on the same engine. I think American Truck might be a slightly newer version of the engine, but they're built on the same engine. But despite... there we go. Despite there being that much... or the two being that close, there are still some definite differences between them. Okay. And I mean, just the feel is very different. It's amazing what can be done with just, changing the ambience of a game. But the trucks drive very differently. And so I'm getting used to the Euro style again. One of the things I do on there is I float my gears, and I already mentioned I'm not doing that because that's not what European trucks do. With the synchros, you'll kill them. But on there I float my gears, and that means that I often miss a lot of my gears with a lot of nice grinding noises. One of the other big differences is the sounds of the truck. Now on there I'm currently driving a Peterbilt 389, and so it's a pretty loud truck, and the Jake brakes are very loud on that game, whereas here the engine brakes are quiet enough. Half the time I'm not sure if it's on or not, and I've just got it mapped to a button on my steering wheel here, but I'm often not sure whether it's on or not, and I do use the retarder quite heavily because of that. Anyway, differences in games. Obviously, American Truck Simulator has a lot more open roads, which is kind of necessary because you've got the conventional trucks instead of the cab-overs, the bullnose trucks, and so you need a lot more room to do things. But the speeds are also higher, and the trailers are longer and heavier, and there's lots of differences. They've done a good job on making that, despite the games being built on the same engine, that they're still very different games despite all that. There's still some of the quirks that show up in both games where the AI does strange things that they wouldn't really do in real life, although I do have actually an AI mod on right now, so they don't act quite like the normal AI does all the time. And so there are times when they do some rather stupid things that cause accidents or whatever, which they don't tend to do so much on the stock game. They tend to be overly cautious on the stock game, and so they rarely are the cause of accidents. Not never, but rarely. Okay, so it looks like we're going into the downhill now. We'll see how badly this trailer tries to get away from me. And okay, so that is my engine brake being on, and of course, who doesn't want to put a toll road on the downhill? I'm not going to make that. I'm going to have to stop. We'll just go for this guy straight ahead. Going down to 4 low. Apparently I did it too quickly. And then we'll go into 3 low. When I'm going down, I usually skip the highs. I don't know, not usually, often. Let's hit enter. Enter, come on. These first few gears go through pretty quickly. Maybe now's the time to talk about this. So I've got my webcam down here looking at my shifter. Override that one a bit. And as you see, I've got a DualShock 4 controller sitting on top of it. And so, this being a simulator, there are a lot of different functions going on. Anybody who's played the game knows that. Anybody who hasn't played the game, now you do. So I've got a Logitech G920 set up. I was much too late in the game to be able to get a G27, at least at any kind of a reasonable price. So I went with the G920. Now, right after I bought it, I had done some more research and found myself wishing that I had done a G29 instead, because there's more buttons on that one. But I wanted to ensure compatibility when I did it, so I bought the 920 because it said, oh, it's PC compatible, and lo and behold, the 29 is as well. And I would have had a couple more buttons on the steering wheel, which would have been a nice change. Although I must admit, the ease of compatibility of the Xbox controllers on Windows now is definitely nice. That was kind of a sharp corner there. I could see the truck starting to tip a little bit. Okay, we got to get out of this lane. Okay. Anyway, so I've got a shifter over there. So I'll talk a little bit about the controller first, or the steering wheel. So I've got, for those not familiar with the G920, it's basically got all the normal Xbox buttons. And so I've got an X and a Y and an A and a B. And then I've also got, now I don't have any sticks, but I've got 2 paddle shifters for like racing games and stuff. You'd use it for shifting gears. I don't use it for that. Those are my turn signals. And then on the left D-pad, I've got, let's see, if I go up, it's the bright. Down is the lights. So up it turns on my brights, down turns on my lights. When my brights only work when the lights are on, but that's how that one works. And then right is the little information screen in the lower right hand corner, and then left is my wipers. There we go. So here we've got my lights, my brights, and my wipers. And then I've got the little left button down here is to recenter my screen. So if I've been looking around and I'm not quite where I normally am, oh crap. Let's see if I can get over in time. And I got a crash events. Anyway, that's recentering my screen. Okay. See, like that. Like, nobody just sits on an on-ramp. Anyway, maybe I'm wrong, and in Europe they do, but I don't remember people in Europe doing that either. So, maybe they're supposed to, but they don't. Let's get rid of the retarder. So it looks like as long as I go under 30 that the door will open in time. So I'm going under 30. And we're off. Much nicer. Okay. And then the right button, which maps to the right shoulder button on a normal Xbox controller, is my Jake brake toggle. Engine brake toggle. So I use that one. I've debated on switching that one, but so far I haven't. And then in the lower portion, you've got an Xbox button, and that one I use for my map. So if I want to go into my map, there we are. Good to go. And then the left button, which I'm not sure what it maps to on an Xbox, but it's got like two little squares, some kind of a menu or something like that. I use that one for my pause button, so when I want to pause the game. And then the right one, which looks like a setting or a menu, looks like, I don't know, a stack of pancakes or something. That is, I used to have it as the escape key. It was actually mapped to the escape key, but since I've started playing with the Toby again, I mapped it over to switch the Toby on and off, because the Toby can, just driving down the open road is kind of unnecessary. I feel like it's more of a pain than it's a help. So when I'm parking and stuff, it can be helpful, or driving around town to make sure I'm aware of my surroundings, it helps significantly. But just normal everyday driving, it's almost more of a pain than it's worth. Now, maybe if I get better at that, then it will change. But currently, that's the way I feel about it. So these are awesome tunnels, by the way. I'm loving the area. So are we? I didn't notice. We have crossed into. Okay, so we have crossed into Italy. Okay, that makes sense. These are way awesome little tunnels and stuff. I'm not giving it credit as I'm talking about other things. Beautiful, beautiful scenery. I'm really excited to see what the Italia DLC looks like. And I'm still kind of okay. I'm gonna run you over if you don't get on the road. Okay. And let's drop a gear. Let's actually drop 2 gears. Oh, look at that. That is beautiful. We're gonna set for like 66, 67. And I think this is about time to take my screenshot. Look at that. Okay, so let's go into Photo Studio, and we are going to take a screenshot here, because it does not get much more beautiful than this. Okay, so we've got that guy in the background. We've got the ocean over there. We are going to go over here. No, we're gonna come over down. Something like that. Yeah. Okay, there's my screenshot. Now let's get back out of there. So that's pretty much all I have mapped over there. And we've got another pole station, or toll station, not pole. Okay. Ah, I didn't get in the telepass lane. Dang it. Am I not allowed? Oh, there we go. Okay, let's get back through our gears pretty quickly here and get back up to speed. Okay, now, on my shifter over here, and you've seen me doing stuff already, right? Oh, I totally messed up that shift. Okay. So, because this is a simulator, it's not a racing game, there's lots and lots of things, and I don't even have everything mapped as it is. So I picked up a DualShock 4 controller. I use it for other games as well. But as you can see, I have some very expensive rubber bands holding it on here. So this is my way of trying to map in some of the other controls that I don't currently have. Ooh, I got way overboard on that one. Okay, we'll go about 82 here. How am I looking sleep-wise? Looking pretty good sleep-wise. I think I am going to outlast our trip here. Okay, so I've got the DualShock 4 over here. Now, I also have the shifter. We'll come back to shifting in a minute. So up here on the shoulder trigger, or the shoulder, yeah, the left trigger, I guess is what it's called, I have dropping my trailer, so I don't want to do that right now, but that drops my trailer. The left shoulder button is to raise and lower my tag lift axle. Down here on the right is actually my trailer brake, which I almost never use, which is why it's all the way over there. And then this one is to look behind me when I'm backing up, so it's kind of a hotkey for that. If I come over here, these two are actually a double mapping right now because I'm currently learning a new layout. But this one is to start my engine, and triangle, so that's circle, and triangle is to put on my parking brake. And then these two are my range splitter and my range selector and my splitter. We'll come back to that because I'll talk more about shifting later. This one right here, the right stick, controls my radio. So it does right and left, changes my channels, up and down, actually adjusts the volume. Now sadly it's all the volume, not just my radio volume, but I might actually change that up at some point because it'd be nice to be able to more easily change the radio volume. Oh, and we are coming into a hairpin here, so and I need to turn my lights on. Okay. Oh, this is beautiful. Torino. I think it's Torino. This has got to be Torino, right? Oh, Genova. Where's Torino? Is Torino up here? Milano Italy. Where's... Obviously, I don't know my Italian. Oh, Torino's over there. Okay. Okay. So, Genova. This is a beautiful area. Like I said, I am looking forward to the Italian expansion. Also looking forward to going to Italy one day. So that would, man, look at that. That is cool. Turn off that retarder now. Anyway, so that's my radio. Left. Up and down is also the left stick. So up is my range selector, my double mapping right there. And down is my gear splitter. That's because I used to be using these ones over here. And recently I changed over. And I like the new setup, but I'm still getting used to it. Oh, that's not what I wanted. So I have it double mapped right now. In case I hit the wrong button, it still works. So that's the idea. Whoa, whoa. And my frame rate just dropped. This must be a very complicated area. Let's bring it down some here. Whoa, my frame rate just took a dive. I'm sorry, that is horrible. It's almost like a console or something. Anyway, so in getting used to that, I have a double mapping right now. So it used to be my engine brake, how powerful the engine brake is. Oh. Man, it's all complicated around here. But that's now my shifter. I'm getting used to it. At this point, I could probably switch over and it wouldn't hurt me. But oh man, this is a windy road. I gotta slow down a bit. Okay. I've got a long, heavy trailer here. I gotta be careful. Okay, so that's my left stick, and then over here on the D-pad. Down is the enter key, so use the enter key for all kinds of things, you know, select how you want to park or go to sleep or whatever else. So I've got enter map right there. I try to go to the keyboard as little as possible. That doesn't mean I always get away from there. And then up is to change. Oh man, 34 frames, 29 frames. Actually, it dipped to like 18 frames or something there for a second. We'll go ahead and shift up, I guess. Okay, so up is what's showing on my dash. So if you look there to the right of my speedometer, you've got the little view there that has different useful information on it. That's right there. And then right, D is my hazards. Left is, and I can never remember what left is. Oh crap. And I made it. Look at that. Left is my horn. You can kind of hear it in the background there. It's not very loud. And so I guess that covers all of that. Oh, now I am speeding. Let's see if I can get over if someone's moved into my blind spot there. And then I keep my trackball here. Like I said, I'm only just now trying to get used to the Toby again, and that way I can look around when I need to. Okay, time to crank on some retarder again. Oh no, I'm not stopping. That's not I thought that was a toll booth. It's just a rest stop. Okay, so let's drop a gear and speed back up, I guess. I'm good on fuel. I'm decent on rest. I think I'm going to get to my endpoint before I need to sleep. So now shifting. So range selector and gear splitter. I use the Volvo layout. Since I'm driving a Volvo truck, it only makes sense. Some people like the Scania better. I guess I can see why they might, although I think the Volvo works just fine. I don't see any problem with it. And we're going to go into the telepass here. Yep. Let me in, please. And it doesn't matter because we're stopping anyway. Anyway, so the Volvo layout is, as you can see here, and you know what? This is a good time to do this. I'm glad, I guess, in the end that we get to do this. So, here is first. Now, right now I'm in one low. Now, if I hit down and cycle my clutch, we'll go into one high, right? And so, high is a split gear. Come on. Pay for me. Okay, so we're going to go in one high. And then down is 2. Now you've got high and low. And then 3 is over and up. Now at that point, you've got to do the range splitter. And then it's back over here. And then this is where I usually start to split all my gears. So down. Oh, that was 4 low. So I go up to 5 low. I do not want that one though. Man, I am just cutting everybody off. I'll tell you what, this streaming is harder than harder than I think, and my frame rate is dying again. We're gonna go on to 4 high again. Anyway, so the Volvo has 12 gears, 1, 2, 3, range selector, 4, 5, 6, and then each gear is split or can be split. So you end up with 12 gears total. I usually don't split the lower 3 just because they're so close to get, like, you go through them so quickly that it just is unnecessary. But I could see a thing where you're on a steep hill or something and you might want to at that point with a really heavy load. I'm not generally doing that, so I don't generally split it, although I have messed a little with starting in 1 low and then 2 low and then 3 low and then going to 3 high before doing the range splitter and going into 4 low, so that I have a little less of a gap there, as that usually takes a little longer to shift anyway, and so that helps to even out the difference a little bit. Okay, I'm setting a cruise here because maybe not. I think I'm gonna stay out of cruise for now. Anyway, so that helps me to get the difference there without losing so much momentum. But I've also played with just doing 1 high, 2 high, 3 high, and then going to 4 low at that point. That seems to work well too. So splitting the lower gears is pretty much unnecessary. I think Volvo, and I don't know if it's in the game, but I believe Volvo actually has a 14 speed, but it's basically their 12 speed with some crawler gears, which I would almost never use, although there have been times when it would have come in handy. There was one time where I had a really heavy load and I got stuck on an off-ramp. I could not go. No matter how hard I tried, I just couldn't do it. So the low crawler gears would have come in handy at that point. Okay, so this is our exit. Dropping off here. Oh. Ooh, this is a tight exit. I need to get over here and watch my... I can't even see though, and that's the problem. Okay. Now this is something you don't get in an American truck. You never get these tight turns like this. And is my truck dead? No, it's not. Okay. Should have gone before the traffic generated. Okay, let's do this. We're gonna do this. Hopefully it doesn't cut them off. I should say, hopefully they don't run into me. If I cut them off, I'm not too worried about that. But if they run into me, then it's problematic. Oh, come on. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Sometimes I do get the wrong stick, and that can work out not to my advantage. 5 low now. And then I pre-select right here. Except I don't think I'm going to... I may never get to high. But there's high. Let's go ahead and hit our high beams. Let's pre-select and go back to low, because we don't need high. In fact, we're going to drop down. Oh, we're not as close as I thought. I thought it was right here. Okay. It's after the fence here. Oh. Okay, so this is our turn. And we are here. Okay. So now you gotta watch how bad I am at backing up a trailer, huh? Fun times. So, one thing that really is throwing me off currently is these heavy DLC trailers now. They're no easier in American, I guess, but they've got these steering axles, and so they don't act like I would expect them to. And so it ends up throwing me off. Okay, let's see where they want us to park it. Yeah, I'll do it. Worst case scenario, I go into overhead mode, which is what I tend to do all too often. So, but if I go into overhead mode, I can usually park them. And apparently I turned it... I was still in gear when I let out my clutch to do that, so... Okay. So I think I'm gonna have to back it all the way in there. No, I might be able to do this. Okay, we're gonna try this with Toby here. Okay. So if I come swing it this way, and then if I swing it around like this. So I was watching Jeff Favignano play American Truck Simulator a bit ago, and I'll tell you what, he makes this whole backing stuff look easy. I do not. And I'm here delivering in the dark again, where I can barely see where I'm backing in the first place. Okay. Okay, and I am going to pull up my tag axle, which, if you look at it, oh, and I'm not. So if you look at that, and I already messed it up. That trailer was not doing at all what I thought it was. That right. Okay. I also don't need my engine brake on anymore. So let's swing hard here. Okay. And this is where, especially in the dark, I have no idea what I'm doing. Like where I'm even going. Can't even see the buildings. I feel like it's kind of a problem. Okay. Where things just aren't lit well enough. And then the other problem you get is when you go into this mode, if you've got too long of a trailer, you can't see where it's going anyway. You can't see anything behind it. So apparently that's the spot I should have pulled into. Now I think I'm going to need to start swinging it over that way now. I feel like my backup lights are pretty useless. I think I'm gonna make it here. Okay. I wish I could get to the point where I don't need to do this. Maybe over time I will. But I am not to that point yet. Okay. Where am I looking? Oh, there it is. Okay. Actually, I do need to go a little bit that way. Oh, I'm not like, okay. It is so hard in those. Okay. It's okay, I'm gonna make this. Nope, I want to go this way. I'm gonna bring it that way a little more. These little, with that tag lift, I turn on a dime in this thing. Okay. And I'm there. Let's park it. Take a look. Okay. I'm gonna, you know what? First off, let's turn off Toby, because he's only gonna mess me up at this point. And I'm gonna take another screenshot here. Okay. And we're gonna go. That view's okay. like that one better though. Looks like I did a better job, so I'll do that one over there. Okay. Let's drop it and see how we scored. I don't see why we wouldn't score well. Oh, drop it. Good work. Oh, not excellent though, huh? What's wrong? Damage. Apparently I damaged it. Oh, I am so close. I hadn't damaged it. I would have... Guess I'd be even closer, but not quite there. Cool. Well, in that case, I think that would be a stream for tonight. Thanks anybody that I didn't get anybody joining me at the time, but anybody who watches this afterwards, hopefully the quality's decent. I'll be previewing it here, and as far as YouTube, I'll probably upload the local one, assuming it's better quality. And it was fun. Thanks. Bye.